What's up, y'all? You know what it is now. Been a little minute, things going on, like I say, work. About to start some new things at work. So, gotta learn some new things, or you gotta do some new things, But anyway, let's get to it. Today's episode, I'm going to be deep cleaning an AR-15. And deep cleaning the AR-15, similar to how I did the Glock, took the Glock frame and Glock slide, disassembled it fully and cleaned each part individually. I'm going to be doing that with the AR-15, but this time it's going to be a little different. On the last one, for some reason, I guess field stripping the gun on camera is a no-no on YouTube. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm not going to show myself removing the trigger and hammer and all of that. I'm just going to, you'll see it, and then you'll see the hammer and trigger outside of the receiver. Because, hopefully it can be acceptable by YouTube guidelines. And that's what we're going for. As you can see, it's all in its form, full form. And I'm going to start by putting a little bit of carbon destroyer inside the barrel to let it sit in the barrel. Then as that's sitting in the barrel, I'm going to go on and start with the lower receiver, take the hammer, trigger, all of that out. Give me a second. I'm about to go ahead and separate that. Like again, I said, I'm not doing none of that on camera. Not doing no more field stripping, no more removing this from that, putting this on that, no more of that, okay? I want to stay within the YouTube guidelines. So I'm also going to take the bolt carrier out, take the bolt, take it apart, and let the carbon destroyer sit on that. So as you can see now, I have the hammer, trigger, the springs removed from both of them, the disconnector, the bolt and pieces inside here, and I got some carbon destroyer in the barrel, letting it work itself in and do what it do. So I'm going to start with the hammer and clean the hammer on up real quick. Not too dirty while I work on the trigger. So, after I get everything all oily and let it sit for a little bit, then I wipe it down with a microfiber cloth. I'll go ahead and clean the charger handle. Now I am going to clean the bolt carrier. Let me get some of the Q-tips with the fatter head.
What?
Pause.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I got the bigger Q-tips and then the medium Q-tips, as well as some of the small. So, for like this hole here, we need to use these big ones. So this would be one of your dirtiest parts on the AR, especially when it's been firing it a lot. The bolt carrier, bolt, all of that. See that? Now I'm going to go into the bolt itself, the parts inside the bolt that I have sitting end of a PVC pipe, a PVC pipe cap. Now let's get the firing pin. It did good sitting in that carbon destroyer. So it makes the brushing part, makes that kind of simple, not much to do. Probably do more just by wiping it with the microfiber cloth. The bolt itself, I'm gonna be a little more attentive to the brush itself. The bolt itself. And when I'm done, and as I'm putting the bolt back together, I'll check the gas rings then. The gas rings are in good shape. Just want to make sure there's a nice amount of space between all the gaps, so I'm not gonna be so worried about that right now while I'm brushing it and all of that. But and I'm gonna wipe it down and everything like that. When I reassemble it and put everything back together, I have to pay attention to where those gaps are in the rings and the gas rings. So I went on and put the bolt back together, put the bolt back into the bolt carrier. I put the trigger spring and hammer spring back on the trigger and the hammer. The customer let me know he didn't want me to disassemble the upper assembly. He just wanted me to, he was just more concerned with making sure the inside of the barrel and everything was all cleaned up good. And of course, clean up, wipe down outside and everything. Gonna go on. I had carbon destroyer sitting inside the barrel while I've been doing tending to all the other parts. So a little CLP on both sides of the bore snake before the brush part and after the brush part, both sides. We'll be going off camera because I have carbon destroyer inside the barrel, so I don't want it to just drip straight to the floor. When I use the bore snake, I do 3 times, just for a typical cleaning. If I think it's extra dirty, I'll do 6 at the most. Check it with a patch, see what it's looking like inside. If I still see some dirt, I will run it through a few more times. We're gonna do 3 times, then check. So I did remove the handguards from the barrel. And I'm gonna clean these. Like I said, I didn't want to have that on camera. I don't want to have no real assembling or disassembling on camera. Just get these a quick wipe down, nothing major. These do have the heat shield inside it too. That's pretty cool. Now I'm gonna clean the upper, starting with the upper receiver. And like I said, I am gonna remove the optic and clean it, but I had already started, and like I said, I'm not removing anything on camera. Clean the charger handle channel. Now I have the upper receiver cleaned, barrel cleaned. I did remove the handguard. Well, yeah, I saw the handguard removed, but I put the handguard back on off camera. Now that the upper is cleaned, I'm going to clean the receiver and just give it a quick, run through with the clean inside the mag well. Clean inside the fire control group area. And there you have it, fully cleaned, deep clean of the AR-15. I did remove the handguard, I did remove the optic, cleaned under that. As y'all saw, the internal parts were removed from the lower receiver. And I just want to say, this is not a full deep cleaning of an AR-15, because if it was a full deep cleaning, I would have disassembled a lot more on the upper receiver. But again, a lot of times if a customer feels his gas system is exactly how he wants it, they may just want to leave the upper assembled, to avoid anything changing with the gas system or anything like that. Not really that big of a deal to take apart upper fully and clean it, but doing it by the customer standards or the customer's wishes. So that is a deep clean, fully disassembled, partially disassembled. I'll say partially disassembled, um, and everything reassembled. And I am going to test that extractor with some of the snap caps. I'll do that off camera, and I'll probably be test firing it either tomorrow or Tuesday. So that's what it is, y'all. Mega guns, deep cleaning the AR-15. Mega guns, ThinkMegaTV, think greater than, and above all, be responsible. Bang, 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 bang.